Hello. Hey, hi, good morning, everyone. So we will start in 5 minutes. So because I see many of the participants are still to join in. So let's just start by in 5 minutes. Hello, hi, good morning, Francis. Morning, everyone. So, in the meantime, we're waiting for everyone to be in. So, you can please ask the queries and doubts if you may have any. I hope you have opened the file and you have the similar kind of a view on your screen like the one that I have. So, yesterday, we had talked about a lot of stuff, right, of creating charts, adding the filters, context filters, and, building up this dashboard. Sure, Kaushik. Yes. So, you have a similar chart. Perfect. So Ravi, you were talking about that the assignment to the Brazil one that I talked about, Brazil tourism. Sure, we'll talk about that. So probably what we will do is we will first do the topics and then we will do that assignment, right? So actually, Kaushik, the only thing is that I see that with this filter, your two charts are changing, not all the charts. So I think probably the thing that has happened in your case is, are you sure that you're using this filter on over here, right? This filter that we had applied. See, the filter that I have, so it will technically be, changing all the charts over here. See, every chart is getting impacted. So just check that this category filter is applied to the data source. And I think it's working. In your case, you just applied on two sheets. So Arush, so if the filters are not coming, so see what you can do is, if by chance this filter is not coming on the right hand side, see, click on that chart, write the sales by subcategory, click on the little arrow, and over here what you do now is you will say the filters and click on this. The filter will come on the dashboard. So see, this is for everyone. Sometimes what it can happen is the filter might not come. Right? If the filter is not coming, so what you do is, like for example, I have removed the category filter. So if I select this chart and if I say over here and filters, I will say category, the filter will come back. So here comes the filter. And Kaushik, the filter that you have to apply is you have to just go to this sheet and make sure category filter, right click on this, apply to worksheets, and the option is all using this data source. So I guess in your case it is selected worksheets if you will check that once. So, Rathi, to change the background of the map, if you're on the map, okay, so you come to the map, and on the top you will see map option, background maps, and you can say streets, dark, whatsoever theme you want to apply, you can change it to that. Okay. So now let's get the thing started, right? So like what we did yesterday was we were talking about this dashboard, right? So what is a dashboard? Dashboard is, where it's a single screen analysis where what happens is all the, analysis, that you have done. So what we do is we present all this analysis onto one single screen so that a person can go through that. And what they can do over here is they are able to understand and analyze what is happening in the overall business. Right? So that is what the idea of creating an entire dashboard is. Okay. So with that, right, like this is where we had stopped yesterday. So we can take the things forward from here now. Okay. So all the four charts that we have, that I have, put up over here right now. So there was this scatter plot, also the fifth chart. So what I will do is let us all bring the fifth chart as well on this dashboard. So what I can do is probably, I can keep that chart over here, right? The fifth chart, I can place it over here, sales versus profit for the customer. So please, all of you bring this chart. Done? Okay. See, what we can do is you can resize this chart, right? Like for example, if you see this chart is coming very big and these two are sort of on the smaller side. So what I can do is I can select the first chart, and from here, you can reduce the width also, right? So that you get more space for the other charts. So you can, you can control the width by clicking on the chart, right? So you can click over here and you can control the width, right? You can control the height. So all these things can be done. Okay. So now what I will do is, like if you select the first chart, okay, you select the first chart, and then what you do is you have to click over here on the layout. Okay, if you all click on the layout over here, so you will see some options will come up. So in this over here, you will find the option of borders, right? So what I can do over here in the layout now is I have selected the first chart. I will click on the border, and you can apply what kind of border do you want to apply, right? So like for example, I want to apply this thick border. So I have just applied a border on the chart, and the same thing I can do for the second visual. Select the second chart and apply the border. Okay. So please write all of you. And similarly, you have to apply the borders for all the charts. So please all of you do it. Yes, Anish. So labels will be lost because the space is less and the names are really long. So Tableau is not putting up the names over here. Right? You can select all the charts one by one and you can apply the borders around them. No, Gauri Shankar. So you don't have the option to apply it for all in one. You will have to do it one by one. Okay. And once you apply, see, you have an option of this over here to see the complete dashboard in the full screen mode. Right. So if you click on this, you will be able to see how it looks on the full screen mode now. I'll, this is actually the product which is going to go to the end customer. The end customer is going to see this report like this. Okay. Now what I can do over here on this is, see, if you come back to the dashboard, so Ravikran over here, this option, this option that you see. Yep. So that's a shortcut also, F7 you can press for that. And this option, comes for every sheet also, right? Like wherever you are on the sheet, you will see this option is over there also. You can see the sheets also in the full screen mode if you want. Then come back to the dashboard view, right? Come back to the dashboard view. And once you click on this, so what you can now do over here is, you can put a dashboard title, right? So what you can do is at the bottom, you will see an option of show dashboard title. Okay. So when you say show dashboard title, so you will have, this dashboard title coming at the top. So Kalpesh, legends are there. So if you see on the right hand side, the legends are coming. So all the filters, legends, they come on the right side. So do you all see dashboard one at the top? Yeah. So now see, to update the title, right? Like this title that we have written. So just double click on this. See, double click on this and you will be able to write your own title and you will be able to update it. Suppose now this title that we have written over here, I would like to call it as Superstore Annual Report. Okay. Then you can make it bold, right? You can change the color of this. You want to change the font style, so you can change the font style of this, right? And you can make it center aligned and click on apply and open. So this way you will be able to put up a nice looking dashboard for your report. Right, so again, just a quick pointer for all of you, right? Do not do the steps right away, right? So first of all, understand what I am explaining, see where I am clicking, and then you all know, right? I give you the time to do it. So that way you will always, we will have a very smooth going session. You will never miss the things. Right? So I just do 2, 3 steps, explain you, and then give you the time. So please follow the same pattern, right? Do not right away click on the option and try to click on that. So that way you will miss the understanding or miss the options. So this option is over here. See on the when you click on the dashboard, so at the bottom you will see show dashboard title. You have to just click on the checkbox. Okay. So now I know further if you want to do some formatting on this dashboard, right? So what you can do is at the top, right, at the top menu over here in this tab, you will find the option of format. So if you click on format, you will get an option of format dashboard. So when you do this, so with this, what you all can do is you can actually do a lot of formatting on this. So for example, you want to apply the background color. So you can apply some background colors to this. You see overall a background theme color has been applied. And in this format option, you will find the option to do the formatting for your title as well, right? Dashboard title. If you want to you want to change the font, colors and everything, you can do it from here. You want to play with the alignment, you can do it from here. You want to apply some shading to the background, right? So like for example, in the shading in the dashboard, you want to give a different color, so you can do that also, right? So please try this. Okay. And if you want to format and you want to change the worksheet titles, you can do that also. See, all the dashboard titles will get formatted from here. If you click on this font, you can say that, okay, I want to have a font size of around 11. See, all the font sizes are changed in one go, right? You want to make them bold, you can do it. So Shivani, in what context are you saying that your view has changed? So typically it is just that the border will come around the chart. That should what happened for every chart. So because we were just applying the borders around it. Yeah, Shivani.
Hello.
Yes, Shivani. So in
Sir,
how?
that sheet is not coming proper. Like that top five selling product is there. So graph has been completely gone. Only that single I can see top five selling product. The title is only coming in that sheet. And that first sheet that we have done for month of order date, only
Mhm.
starting I can see there, not complete graph. But before applying border, the complete graph can be seen there. If you want to see my screen, I can share it.
Sure. Just if you can show me the screen once. Yeah. So you can share the screen. So see on the left side you will see quick start option. So click on that quick start, and there you will get an option of share my desktop.
Okay. This. This
Mhm.
change in the top five selling product, and this is also gone. Sales versus profit.
I think it's some. Can you click on that tables which is highlighted? So no, in the sales by subcategory chart, sales by subcategory chart, the first chart that you have, first
This,
chart. Yes.
okay. What?
Cancel this. Press Control Z. Control Z.
Okay.
Right. Now this chart that you have, press Control Z again.
Done.
Okay. So why is this chart time series? So can you select that top five chart? Click on the top five chart. Top five, top five.
This one, top five selling product.
Click on this.
Okay.
So at the top, you see there is standard that is coming at the top menu. Go on to the top, top, no,
Yes.
top ribbon, top ribbon, where you have option of full screen mode and all. On the left side, you see on the left hand side, left side.
Okay.
You see, no, where the full screen option was. See, listen to me, then you do the action, right? So come to the
Okay.
same option of full screen.
Full screen.
Full screen option that you were clicked over here first of all.
Sir, I'm not getting that full screen.
It is there. So basically, you see the title where it's written Superstore Annual Report,
Yes.
where
This.
it's written, bring your mouse on the annual word, bring your mouse on the word annual. Now
Okay.
move your
That's
cursor.
full screen.
This is full screen. Do not click on this. Don't wait for the instructions I'm telling you. Otherwise, you will not be able to find the option. So some option is coming up over there. So, bring your cursor on that full screen. On the left side, you see an option just exactly left side.
Okay.
Bring your cursor on that on the left option. No. Full screen mode, yes. Now again
Mm.
one more left, yes. Click on this.
And
So make it entire view. Okay. So what has happened is in your top five selling products and okay, I get it. See, can you go to that sheet of top five selling charts?
okay.
Go to the no in the sheets below in the sheets, sheet one, sheet two, sheet three, top five selling products. You have applied some action filter, right? So that is what the problem is happening. So go back to the dashboard. So click on that map. Click on the title. So click on this. So you see there is some filter option that you have highlighted. You see on the map, yes, above this, just little above. Click on this, right? You got the chart.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. So you just have to make me the presenter again.
Okay.
So just right click on my name. So you will see one. Just give me one moment. So see, you will see Simply Learn Get Certified, right? You see in the panel
Okay. Hmm.
there are two Simply Learn. There will be two
Hmm.
Simply Learn that would be coming.
Okay.
One is host and one is another one without host.
Okay.
So right click on the without host, the one that is not the
Yes.
host. On that right click and say change role to presenter. Yep. Okay.
Done.
Yep. Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So we're talking on this, right? So now what we do is all the charts are now ready. Okay. So see, we can add some black containers if we want. Right. So what we can do is we can add some containers. Containers are like empty boxes in which you can drag the charts. Okay, it will create a space for you. So like for example, if you will see over here, so please just watch on my screen and just do not do until I tell you to do it. So you all will see, right, there are some objects that you can see over here, everybody, right? So if you will be on the dashboard option over here, you will see the objects. Now in these objects, you will see there are two containers, vertical and horizontal. See, the containers are like nothing what we do is we put up a blank box. We put up a blank box, and in that we can drag and drop the charts, right? We can drag and drop the charts. So there are two type of these containers that we have. One is vertical, one is horizontal. See, vertical is like when you want to put the charts in that one below the another. That is where you use the vertical. And if you want to put the charts horizontally, that is one over here, one over here, one over here. So that is something which we call it as horizontal containers, right? So what I do is I just show you right now. See, I pick up the horizontal. If you pick up the horizontal and you just bring it below this dashboard, see below this dashboard title, if you will bring, you see this gray area is coming, which is taking the entire space up to length, right? See, if I'm doing over here, it's just coming above the bar chart. If I bring it over here, it's taking the entire space. So I drop it. I have dropped that. See, this is a container that has got added. It's like empty container, right? Like you go to the market and you buy some containers to put some stuff in them. So while you bring those containers, they are empty. Then what you do is you start filling the items in them. So this is where what I have done right now is I have brought my containers, right? This is empty container. In this, what I can do now is I can drag and drop some charts if I want. So please, all of you put this container on your dashboard. So I have used a horizontal container. So please put this up. Then perfect, sir. So Kaushik, I'll just tell you how to get those charts, right? Okay. So now you know what we do over here as the next step is. So Ravikiran, so what we have to do is, see, just watch on my screen, right? So in the containers, you pick up the horizontal container and you bring it just like the way you bring the chart, right? So this is, it is going to show you the gray area, right? So I would like to keep it something over here. It shows me that it is going to come in this gray color on this dashboard over here, right? So you, this black container will come and then I just resize it to a smaller size over here. Okay. So now you know what we will do over here is, see, we had two filters. One was category filter and one was subcategory filter. So first of all, you know, I will keep the filters in the drop down view, right? We discussed yesterday, right? We can change the view of the filters. So this category filter, you know, that I have picked up, I will click on the little arrow and I will make it a drop down, right? So I would like to keep it as a multiple value drop down. And similarly, I will keep the subcategory filter also as a multiple value drop down. I am going to keep the filters in the drop down view. So what we do next is, see, when you select any chart, you see on top of the charts, everywhere you will see these three lines come up. When you select any chart, these three lines come at the top. Okay, like this you can see. So what is the use of these three lines? With the help of that, you can, you know, just by clicking on that, you can move that chart, right? See, if you will technically understand, it's simple drag and drop and arranging the things, right? Like you play the puzzles, you pick up something, you move it here, you move it there, you move it there, right? That is exactly what we are doing. It's nothing technical, it's simple drag and drop stuff that we are doing, right? So I hold it from here, right, and I simply put it inside this container. So this will come inside this container. So I have kept this
category inside the container now. So please all of you try. So Swarupa, to put this dashboard to the fit to the screen, please see on my, I'm showing something. See on your dashboard view, you will see on the left hand side, do you see something like size coming up on your screen? Yes, Swarupa, do you see that option of size? Have you all dragged this category over here in this container? Robert Gauri Shankar, awesome. Okay. Then similarly, you put select the subcategory, select the subcategory, and over here you have to pick this up and see put it. You will see on this right hand side you have to put it like this. So now what has happened is both the filters are inside the container, and then what you can do is you can resize them. And the best option of resizing is you select the container, click on the little arrow, and say distributes contents evenly. So that is what the benefit of this option is, right? So both the charts, both the filters are now dragged evenly, and I can nicely see my filters at the top. So Monica, when you click on the category filter, see please watch on my screen. You will see these three options coming up on the category filter. So you have to hold from there, click on that and hold from there, then you will be able to move it wherever you want to do it. So Swarupa, on the left hand side, you will see the option of size, right? So can you please check you are on the dashboard? Overhead, do you see the dashboard option? In that below, in that overhead, do you see the size option? So yeah, so see size. So you have to click on the size. So if you will click on the size over here, if you click on the size over here, your option would be something like this, right? Something like this fixed size would be coming. Just make it automatic. So see, once you drag this category in this, right? So like for example, I'll just undo this. See, what I did was I have clicked over here on the subcategory and dragged it inside this. Okay. So this will come like this. So you see, just click over here, the container will be selected. On the container, click on this little arrow over here of the container and say distribute evenly. So all the options will come like this. Any item that you will select, you will see over here something coming like this. See, what happened is, like, what we have done is this, we have dragged these filters over here in this container. So what we do over here is, if you click on this, if you click the, so Alex, if you click the select the chart, the category filter, and this is for everyone, for all of you. See, if you feel that you're not able to select the container somehow, so there is a way of doing that again. So you select the chart, right? Select the filter, click on this little arrow. Over here, you will find an option of select container. So when you say select container, it is going to select the container in which you have added these two filters. It is going to select the filter, that container for you. And on that, once that container is selected, click on the little drop down, and then you can say distribute contents evenly. Okay. See, if you have deleted the filter mistakenly, so what you do in that case is select the chart, right, of sales by subcategory, click on this drop down, and you have to just say filters and check that filter that you have lost category. The filter will come back. Okay. Then everyone. So anyone still having any doubts or any questions on this? So Shruti, if you are not getting that drop down, so what you do is, see, anything that you have to change, suppose you have to change this category filter, right? Select the filter, right? Select the category filter. Over here on the little arrow, click on that, you will see the options. You want to change it into a multiple values drop down, just select that. If suppose if I change it to a slider, say it will become a slider. If I change it to a multiple values drop down, it will become a drop down. So that's it. Okay. Perfect. So Kaushik, what you have to do is go to the top 5 selling products, right? Go to the sheet of top 5 selling products. Please do that. Okay. So in the top 5 selling products, do you see these two filters? Category and product name. Do you see these two filters? So right click on category, right click on the category filter, and there you will find an option of add to context. Remember we talked about in a lot of detail about what is context filters. So right click on that and say add to context. Then it will start showing all the 5 products. So Anish, which chart are you talking about? This top 5 products. Select the chart, right? Select the chart, and at the top, right over here, you will see an option. In your case, it would be standard. make it entire view. Yes, Kaushik, the labels will not come, right? Because what is happening is, so everyone see the labels, if you all will notice, are not coming for this chart over here. The reason is because the labels are too long, right? Labels are very long. So because there will be overlapping that will happen with the labels, so Tableau is not showing the labels automatically. So Swarupa, see what happened is, see, just see over here on the sheet. Okay, you see this scatter plot? Yes, Swarupa, and everyone see, this scatter plot is coming in half the screen, right? It's coming half the screen. When you make it entire view, it's going to take the entire page. It will cover the entire space, so that that blank space do not come. So that is what that entire view does, right? So it fills that chart with that entire space. So Paneet, you are asking about some chart or you're talking about the dashboard? Like what resizing are you talking about? No, so if you have to resize the dashboard, you have to come from here, size. So if it is automatic, it will automatically take the entire screen space. And if you have chosen the option of fixed size, in that you can increase and decrease the height and width from here. How you can do that? You can select this chart over here, right? And you can increase the height like this. From here, you can, if you want to increase it, so you can do it like this. You want to do it from above, you can do from here also like this. So whatsoever way you want to do it, you can do it. Okay, from top, bottom, left, right. So you can do it that way. Okay, right. So now you know what we do over here is, see, there is a feature that we have that we call it as, basically something which we call it as action filter now, right? See, action filter is a feature. With the help of this, now what happen is the chart itself acts as a filter. Okay. So what we can do is we can make the chart itself work like a filter. That is something that we call it as an action filter. So see, just watch on my screen. So what I'm doing is, if I select the map, right? Do not do it, just watch. So if I select my map, okay, over here on the map, you will see a small funnel option coming up, which is saying use as filter. So if I say use as filter, so what will now happen with this is, this chart will now start acting as a filter now. Okay, this chart will now start acting as a filter. So what does that mean? Say if I click over here on California, all the charts will get filtered and will show me the data of California. If I select Texas, all the chart will get filtered and they will show me the data of Texas. So the chart itself is now acting as a filter. So please try it all of you. Yes, use as filter, this option. Just click on that, right? So Tariq, you don't have some like log aspect ratio kind of stuff over here. See, the charts are going to get resized according to what you are going to do on this. So you don't have that option over here for that. Okay. So now, if you will notice, right, once you have made this chart as a, as a action filter, right? So if I click anywhere, say suppose on California, okay. So see, when you apply the action filter, if you will go to these sheets, right? If you will go to the sheets, do you notice something in the filter section? Do you all notice something in the action filters, in the filter section? You can all see this action filter is coming over there. You see it? So you will see the action filter coming over there everywhere in this sheet. Correct? So anything over here that you will observe for the top 5 products, what do you all need to do over here now? Right? Perfect. Right, Azhar? Add to context. Exactly, Pankaj, right? So that means now you have started making the sense of the thing, and now you are into the perfect learning phase, right? So this is how you have to find the answers. So the things remains the same. So you have to right click on the action and you say add to context. So that way what will now happen is, first of all, this category and filter will be applied, the country will be applied. Then from there, it's going to give you the top 5 selling products. Right? So if you come over here now, so any location that you select, you can see the top 5 products of that location now. Okay. So Priyanka, the blank space is not, that's totally fine. So sometimes it gets created and sometimes it doesn't. So that's totally fine. Right? So Ravi Kiran, so what we have done is you have to click on the map and over here you will see an option of use as filter. See what is action filter? So we have to understand it. So action filter is like where we are making the chart act like a filter. So you click somewhere anywhere on the chart. So wherever you have clicked, that particular thing, for that particular thing, the data will be filtered. Right? It's as simple as that. Suppose if I'm saying I want to click on chairs so that everywhere I can see the data of chairs only, right? How the sales happened in the, how the sales were changing for chairs over the period of time, right? What were the top 5 selling products under the chairs, right? How the sales and profit per customer was for chairs. So that is what that action filter is all about. So you can actually make any chart act like a filter. See, if you will see, if I select the sales by subcategory, I get the option over here also. If I say use as filter, so if I will click on chairs, it's going to give me the complete analysis. See, all the filters are now working together, right? So what are the filters? Who will tell me? Which all filters do I have on the screen right now? Right, so we have a filter of category. So it's showing me the data of furniture. And in this also, what I do right now is let me do one thing. Let's just see. Let's do it all together now. See, everywhere I am going to select it as all. Okay, I have set it this as all, this as all. Nothing is selected. I can see the complete data right now. Now what happen is this is how the end user, your client, right, is going to use this dashboard. He will come and he will say, okay, let's see how the things were happening in furniture. he will select only furniture category. And that is how it sees these are the subcategories of furniture. This is the sales across the states of US, for furniture, time series analysis, top five selling products, right, for furniture, and likewise. Then he sees, oh, the things look good, and I can see we had a very good sale in the chairs, so we have sold good number of chairs now. So he will click on chairs. So if we will notice all the charts get filtered. So I can see, okay, if I talk about chairs, this is how the sales were happening in chairs, right? And in Texas, I sold chair worth rupees $26,000, right? And again, top five selling products is giving me only three products. Why? Can this be resolved? It's giving me only three products. Can this issue be resolved? Right? The same option, add to context, because we have added this also as an action filter. So if I will go on that top five products, I will see subcategory as an action filter. This has to be put into context so that I can see the top five products from the subcategory that I have selected. So we have put category also into add to context, action also into add to context, this country also into add to context. So that all the time top five products are always visible to me. Okay. So please all of you uh, make sure you all have these things and understand how it is going to be used by the end person as well. So I'll give you all 2 minutes, right? So that you can all try to understand these things. So Tariq, you have a question. Do we have to set any kind of relationship for? So Tariq, which function are you talking about? And I mean relationship in what for what feature? Yeah, Kasturi. So I just unmuted you.
Yeah, good morning, sir. So, small, like I'm having a small issue. So here my geographical table has been disturbed. So can I share my screen once?
So disturbed as in what has happened in that?
Like it is not as in line with your filter, so it is got disturbed. And when I select the action filter also, the action is, I mean, it is not showing in the filter in the individual sheet actually.
So you have to see action filter will come first. You select something. So like for example on this map, when you apply, select some kind of location, and then go to the sheets, you will see that action filter will be coming over there.
Okay, when we click on it, will be showing.
Then it will come up.
Okay, okay. Generally, what I'm doing is I've just selected action filter over there, and then I've gone to the sheet of
No,
Java.
no. Make a selection, then go over there.
Oh, okay.
So table relationship, Tariq, is something which we do when we are working with multiple data sets. See, okay, right now we are using only one data set over here, that is the orders.
Hello.
Yeah, Kaushik or Kasturi.
No, no. Now also I'm unable to see.
I'll just make it the presenter, you can show your screen.
One second.
So, yeah, go to the sheet.
One second. I've selected it as filter, and then I've clicked this.
Uh, So not on the geographical analysis, you will see on the other sheets because that's the filter that's working on the other sheets right now. Like time series analysis.
Yeah, geographical analysis I've selected and I've beat here.
That's the filter. So that's the filter. So go to any other sheet like time series analysis or top selling products. So there you see it.
Yeah, so here, sorry, I didn't get you.
Also, it's coming now, action filter. That's coming now.
Okay, but you have said that it will be coming in here, right? So for this
No,
filter.
it will not come in this. This is itself the filter. So this chart itself is a filter.
Okay. And
So
how can I fit this? This, it is like uneven actually.
so see, you see on the map there's a cross option just little above this on that arrow that you clicked upon. This arrow that you clicked right now. Yes, click on this. Above this, above. Yes. Click on this.
Yeah, okay. Fine. Thank you.
So please make me the presenter. Please make the simply learn, which is not a host. Right to him make the presenter, not the host one.
How can I do that?
So you see, simply learn get certified. Two names would be coming.
Yes, yes.
So one is it's written host and one is without the host.
Yes, yes. Without the, I'm on without the host.
Right click on that.
Okay, change row to, okay.
Uh,
Done.
okay. Sudhir, you're asking me to go to the first page. Yep. So this is where we are on the first page. Okay. So Olavuddin, you are saying, see, please make sure you are selecting some options like this. Try to click on the option of Texas because there are some states that we have in the data in which what is happening is we do not even have the five products. So that could also be one of the issues. So please check that also. You are selecting the states, where you actually have more than five products. So you can just click over here, right? Like for Oregon, right? You will get five products. So just check this with me, right? The Oregon, if you are getting five products, right? If Wyoming, see in Wyoming only there is one product. We haven't sold any product. So in that case, it can be only one single product also. Okay. So Ankit, see, category we have to add as a context for this chart. So if you go in the top five selling products, right? So over there, right click on the category and say add to context. So I'm getting an option of remove from context, but you will get an option of add to context. So will you be able to share your screen, Oluwatin? Okay. And in the meantime, all of you please save this file on your the Tableau public cloud. See, now you will get an option of quick start on the top left. On the left hand side, you will see top left side quick start. Click on that, and inside that, you will get an option of share my desktop. So please do that.
Trying to unmute myself.
Yeah, you're already on unmute. I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So I am here right now, and I had initially selected Texas, which
Uh,
was
so,
what showed this. So let me just remove that and go back to
no,
that.
no, see,
So it has this.
wait. So I'll tell you what has gotten on. So the product name, that you have, the product name will not come into context.
Oh, okay. So remove that from context.
Correct. So now if you will check for
Okay.
any of the products, so it give a location,
All
you will.
right. Let me try Texas again. Okay. So that was the problem.
Yep.
All right. Let me try and make sure. Let's see if it's just furniture. Okay. All right. It works fine. Thank you.
Sure. Thanks. Yes, so I just to just pass the controls to me for the presenter.
Are you host or just simply get ahead? Okay,
Just
simply
simply
get ahead.
just simply one without the host. Got it.
Okay.
Okay. So have you all saved this work now? Right. So what we do is we just click on file and save to Tableau public. So since this file was something you have already saved also yesterday, so this will just start and replace the previous file that we had. Right. So I will save this and it will replace or overwrite the previous one. So LXC, add to context means like it's like with reference to, in context of. So I am saying in context of the country, that the state that I have selected, and the subcategory that I have selected and the category that I have selected, then give me the top five products. Right, with regards to, so whatever country, state I am selecting, whatever subcategory I am selecting and category I am selecting, from all my selections, then in the last, give me the top five products. So, right, so that is what we mean by the add to context. Okay. So Urvashi, what we have done is, we have applied the filter over here on this chart, right, users filter. And then what we have done is, I came back to the top five products and I have just added that action filter into context, add to context. Okay, perfect. So with this, what we do is we will move forward now. So you can please all close this file and open a fresh new Tableu file now. All of you please open a fresh new Tableu file. So Amol, what you can do is you can make the hierarchies, but not as a drill down. So I'll tell you how the hierarchies work. So I'll be showing you that up. So we can make the hierarchies. The chart can go from category to subcategory level and subcategory to product level. Okay. So all of you, please, first of all, please come to that Google Drive link, right? The Google Drive link that we have been using, right? So there you all have to come up. So please come on to that. So if you don't have the link, I'll share the link again. Okay, so once you all come to this link, so what you all have to do is please download a file by the name of UK Bank Customers, right? This is the file that you all have to download. UK Bank Customers. Please download this file, all of you. Right, please all of you open that file. Right. See, all of you, once you open the file, I want you all to spend 2 minutes on the data first. Okay, so Tariq says, okay, so see, first of all, can you all try to explain me what kind of data do we have in this? So what is the kind of data that we have in this file over here right now? Right, so if you all will try to understand, this is the data of, the customers of a bank, right? Like when you open your account with any of the bank, so we have the information like, what is the customer account number, the customer ID. It's like account number. What is the name of the customer, last name of the customer, right? What is the gender of the customer, right? What is the age of the customer, from which region of UK that customer is, right? This is the data of a UK bank. So from which region of UK that customer belongs to? What is the type of job he is doing? When did he join the bank? And what is the current balance, right? What is the balance that he has in his account? See, now in this activity, right, we will be doing actually a lot of analysis and we will be learning very great things of the Tableau over here. Okay, so what we will do is, first of all, we are going to do an analysis where we are going to talk about, regional analysis, right? We will talk about regional analysis. We will do a gender analysis, right? We will be doing age analysis, right? When I'm saying analysis, what I mean is that how many customers do we have from the different regions of UK? How many customers are male and female? And from which age segment or which age section do we have the highest number of customers? We will do balance analysis, right? We would like to understand whether people are keeping more balance with the bank or low balance. We will try to do a kind of a job classification analysis, right? Basically to understand what type of jobs the customers are doing. Are they doing more of, white collar jobs, blue collar jobs, or other type of jobs? Because the idea of report over here is so that when this report gets created, the bank should be able to understand. The bank should be able to say, okay, we have more customers from England, so we need to focus on other areas, or maybe the males are more, females are less, so we need to come up with some policies to attract more of female customers, right? Similarly, the bank would like to do some age analysis, right? Like from which age group do the bank have more customers, right? Do they have more of young customers, middle-aged customers, or senior customers, right? What type of balance the people are maintaining, right? So basically, what kind of balance people are maintaining more, right? Are they maintaining more of high balance, low balance, or medium balance? And what kind of jobs customers are doing? So with all these different analysis, there will be a lot of new learnings that will be coming for you. So we will be creating a map for this chart. We will create a pie chart for this particular chart, right? We will make a histogram over here. We will make a histogram over here, and we will make a tree map. Okay, and with every chart, there will be some new features and functionalities of Tableau which will be related. So let's all of you please open the Tableau file. Okay, so I click on data source. So you all have to click on data source. So what is the data source that we will use in this? Right, so what is the data source that you use in this? Text file. Perfect. So we have to use a text file in this. So we click on text file and we have to pick up that file over here. So please all of you load this data. Okay. All sorted now? Yes, Tariq, so you can do that. If you want to change the date format, that can be done. So if you will come over here, so it's coming like this. So you click on the ABC and you can change it to date. Okay. So if you all see that the data of the date is not coming as a date type, so you can change that to that. Okay. So we come to the sheet one. The first analysis that I talked over here was a regional analysis. Right? See, for the regional analysis that I have mentioned that I should be creating a map. Okay? So when I am saying that I want to create a map, so typically, why did I select a map only? Right? The reason for that is quite simple, right? Because map is something I can create on a geographical data. Right? I cannot create a map for product name. I cannot create a map for category or subcategory. So wherever you have some geographical data, that is where you can create a map now. Correct? So that is how I chose the option of map, because I am talking about some geographical data right now. So, and a map is the best visualization for that. So my first question to all of you, can I create a map over here? So Praneet says no, we cannot create a map. Why? Why can I not do that? Exactly, right? Because if you see over here, when the data got loaded in the Tableu, so region is not loaded as a geographical data. Tableu has not loaded the region as a geographical, it has loaded it as a text, right? Map can only be created if you have a geographical data type, but in this case, what has happened is that data is not loaded as a geographical. So what we are doing right now over here is, if I pick up the field of region and I put it over here, I will not get a map, right? And second thing that you can observe over here is, I do not have latitude and longitude also.
And that is simple because region is not loaded as a geographical data. Correct? Because it's not loaded as a geographical data, so I cannot see lat and long and the map cannot be created. So what we can do is we can change the data type. I can tell Tableu that, okay, Tableu, this region that I have, this is a geographical data. So how to do that? Right click on this, you will get an option of geographic role. So please do that. Okay. So when you come on that geographic role, you will see an option of airport, area code, likewise. So you have to tell Tableu like what kind of data do you have in that column? Is it a data of some airport? Is it a data of some area codes? Are these some cities? Are these some countries or what? So see, these are states and provinces of UK, right? Basically, we have the data of England, Northern Ireland, Wales. So these are called as provinces of UK. And you will see a geographical symbol will come and you see the data has got converted and it is showing you the lat and long of that, latitude and longitude. Okay, are you all able to see it? Right. So now what you do is, if you pick up the region and drop it over here, you will see a map is coming. So with that, I have chosen the option of this state and province. Right click on this, geographic role, state and province. So this option is for everything. It's not like just for England. So any data, if you feel is not being read as a geographical data, so you have to just right click on that, and then you have to tell Tableau that okay, this is a country or this is a state. See, because you know what happen is what Tableau does. See, I'll tell you something. What Tableau does, Tableau reads the column name. If the column name is country, okay. So if the column name is country, so what happens in that case is Tableau understands that there will be some geographical data in that. So it automatically assigns that over here. So Tableau comes with some intelligence, right? Tableau comes with its own intelligent features. Like one feature that you would have not noticed all. See, if you see in the data, right? I have a column of customer ID. What do you all feel? Customer ID should be a dimension or it should be a measure? Right? It should be a dimension. Right? Why? See, although data type is numeric, right? Data type is numeric. I can find the sum of the customer ID. I can find the average of the customer ID. But do we ever do that? We never do that. Right? On the IDs, I will never say what is the sum of employee ID or what is the sum of average ID of customer, the employee ID. I will never do that. So even though data is numeric, Tableau still keeps it under dimensions because it understands that you will not be doing any additions or subtractions or averages on the customer ID. So that is why because the column name had ID in that, so it has automatically kept it under dimensions. Make sense, everyone?
Okay. So now if you come over here, right? So when I made a map, is this map correct? Is this map correct? No. Right, so what is happening right now over here is I cannot see any location. It's a blank map. But you get a message over here at the bottom. 4 unknown. So this tableau is giving you a message that there are 4 unknown values in this. Okay. So what are these unknown values? Let's just click on this. So click on the 4 unknown, and over here this dialog box comes onto your screen. Okay. In this dialog box it is asking edit the locations, right? So there are 4 locations which Tableau is not able to plot. So would you like to edit them? Right? So just click on that option of edit locations, and this box will open up. So please do it. Okay. So Alex, do you see this 4 unknown box coming up? Do you see 4 points on the chart, Alex? Okay. So the you're already sorted. So basically, technically should show the message. So if you click on 4 unknown, we have to click on edit locations. So technically, if you will see, we are getting these 4 locations are 4 locations are unrecognized. Okay. So Tableau is not able to find these locations. Can you identify the error over here on my screen? What is the error on my screen? Why is it not able to identify these locations? Exactly. So it is trying to find all these locations in India, right? But they are not in India. They are in United Kingdom. So you select the United Kingdom, and then you will see all the locations are matched, and then you click on OK, and you will see all the locations will come, right? So Alex, are you taking these sessions from UK? Right? Basically, what happen is whichever location you actually install this, it actually whichever location you install it, it takes that country as the default. Right? So like I am in India and I have installed this software in India, so it will always take the default location as the India, right? And suppose you are sitting in US, right? So you are downloaded from there, so it will take it as US also, right? So it basically takes that default country as a the location, right? Suppose you are connected to some VPNs and all, right? So it can take that country over there as well. Yes, Kamal. So see, there are two things of that. So Kamal, if suppose you're not getting the message of unknown, that means either the data is sorted, right? See, if you would have noticed the previous chart that we created, this one. In this we didn't got that in this over here we didn't got this message, right? Because the data was already sorted. So if suppose what happens in map is, suppose there is some location the spellings are wrong, right? So like for example, for any location like Kazakhstan or any location the spellings are wrong, Tableau will not be able to plot it, right? Because say suppose somehow the location name has changed, right? Like Bangalore become Bengaluru. Now in your data you have Bengaluru, but somehow that information is not, suppose that information is somehow not updated on the servers. So Bengaluru Tableau will not be able to plot it, right? So you will have to manually come and change that up. I will also show you those options also. Similarly, it can happen, suppose there is a name of a location which is at multiple countries or locations, right? Like Gandhinagar. Gandhinagar is in, Delhi also, it's in Jaipur also, it's in Gujarat also. So Tableau can get confused that which Gandhinagar you are talking about. So in that case, again, it will start showing you the unknown message. So that is how that unknown message comes. Unknown means there was some confusion or ambiguity or something wrong was selected due to which the Tableau was not able to plot it. Make sense? Okay. So you all would be getting a four unknown message over here, right? The people who have not plotted it, you would be getting an option over here, four unknown. It comes over here. So in my case, it's already sorted. So that option is gone because my four locations are now plotted over here. Okay, so I can see all the four locations. So Kaushik, can you do one thing? First of all, please clear the chart. Okay, Kaushik, please clear this chart by clicking on this option. Right click on the region. Right click on the region. You will see the option of geographic role. So from here, which option is selected? Right? So state and province, once that is selected, then what you do is pick up the region and drop it over here in the center. So what do you see? Do you see four dots? Now do you see any message over here for unknown? So do you see that message for unknown now? See, it comes over here in the bottom right, over here. So you have to click on that. If you click on that message, then you will get that option. So that option will come like this, over here. So you change the country, it would be India or some other country. So if it is suppose India and all, so you have to change it to United Kingdom. So then the four locations will come up. Right? So now, from all these four locations, I want to see how many customers, did I have, or how many customers do I have. So which field can I use to identify how many customers I have from England, Northern Ireland, Wales? So which field can be used, everyone? Customer ID. Perfect. Right? So what you do is, if you pick up the field of customer ID and drop it on the side. Okay? Pick up the field of customer ID, drop it on the side. Now on this customer ID, what you do is right click on the customer ID and click on the measure and change it to count. Okay. So once you do that, what is going to happen is you will get the count of customers on the side. Right. So basically what is now happening over here is bigger the bubble, more number of customers, smaller the bubble, less number of customers. Yes, Ravikiran, I just unmuted you.
Yeah, sir. That I have clicked on that for unknown, sir.
Hmm.
After that, you have to choose that edit location, right, sir?
Hmm.
After that, sir,
So you see over there country coming written country.
country slash region.
So you have chosen the wrong option. Okay, country slash region. What is written in that?
United States, sir.
So change it to United Kingdom.
Okay. Click OK.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay.
After that, sir.
Then you have to pick up the field of customer ID.
Okay.
Put it on the size.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Right. So when you drag the customer ID on the side, so then you do is right click on the customer ID and change it to measure count.
Measure, sir.
Now, right click measure and count.
Yes, sir.
So Kamal, maybe you have chosen the wrong option in that. So Kamal, do you see a message over here for unknown over here on your screen? So can you right click on the field of region? Right click on the region and please check what is the geographic role that you have assigned. Right click geographic role. Can you please tell me what option have you selected over there? Yes, Kamal. Right. So are you all able to make this chat, everyone now? So Kamal, if you can just I'm unmuting you. Okay, yes, Kamal. So you're unmute.
Yes, sir.
Can you write what option do you have on the region when you right click on that?
Just a
Geographic
second.
role.
So I right click. I did a right click on the region, but so,
Yes, please.
sir, I did a right click on the region, but I don't see any other option. I mean, there is a list open, but
So in that, see, watch my screen, please. So when you right click on the region, you will see add to sheet, add new layer, like these options are coming, right?
correct.
So there is an option of geographic role,
Okay. Yeah.
and in that, what have you selected?
State and province.
So select the state and province. Then
Yeah.
what you do is clear your chart, clear your sheet.
Okay.
So how you clear this option is for the clearing the sheet.
Yeah, I did that. It's clear
Okay.
now. I mean, the map is gone.
So now what you do is drag the region over here in the center.
Okay.
It's gray.
It's coming up, sir.
You can see the 4 dots.
Yeah, it's there are no 4 dots, but it is a message that distinct count of region 4.
Distance. Can you yes. Yeah, you can share your screen, please. just give a quick start and share my desktop.
Do you see my screen now?
So why your region has gone in that measure? So clear the sheet. So on the left hand side, click on the region and drag it up into the dimensions. Into the dimensions, not over here. Drag it up. Remove it from here. So why are you using Tableau online? You could have installed it on your laptop. Because you will see many options will not come on this. So you have to see on the left side you see region,
Yeah.
right click on this and over here convert to dimension. Now drag the region again. So now this is a problem with the Tableau online. So you don't get all the options over here. If you click on the map option,
Map.
file, data, worksheet, yes. So actually you don't have that option. So in the map online, actually the options are not, some options are missing. It's actually a beta mode, right?
Okay.
So please download it on your local machine, then start using that app.
Okay, sir. Perfect. I'll download.
Sure. Okay. So please write it on my name and make it a presenter. So simply learn without host. So you will see two simply learn without host.
Change role to presenter, right?
Yep.
Done, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So I'll share the link again, right? If you don't have the link for Tableau Public, so that you can install that app. So that on cloud version they don't have all the options.
Okay.
Right. So we have this. So everyone, now the map is ready for all of you. So customer ID is something which is coming on the side, and change this to count. Right. So this way, my chart is now ready. So what we'll do is with this, we will move to the second chart. So before going to that, so let's take a quick short break. So let's start in 15 minutes from now. Okay, so we can have a quick tea, water and all, and then we'll start up. Yeah, Tariq, just give me a moment, I'll do it. Yes, please.
Yes, just a very quick question. So when I was asking about the date format, because I know sometimes, people using a month, date, and year, is this something I have to choose it in the Excel sheet first,
No, no. So
or
see,
there is a way in Tableau where I can change the date format?
so you
My
can do
second question.
so you can do that in the Tableau itself. So basically, see what happen is by default. See by default, what happen is when the data is loaded in the Tableau, so when the date is loaded. So by default, what Tableau will do, it will pick the same format that you have on your machine, right? So like in my machine, it is month, day, month, and year. So the same format is being picked up over here also. Okay.
Oh, okay. So it will pick up from the PC setting. Okay, the region setting. Okay,
Yes.
that's good. My other question is when I was asking about the aspect ratio, so the user doesn't change the graph, is this something from the chart itself? You can lock the aspect ratio, the size of the chart. So when I
No.
share it with other user, they can't change the size of the chart?
See, that is we can't have a log aspect ratio for the chart. So like if you have chosen the option as automatic, so what will happen in that case is Tableau will automatically get adjusted according to the screen size of the end user. And anyhow, end user will not have any edit functionalities. He won't be able to change the size of the chart or something like that by himself. So
Oh, okay. Yeah.
whatever size you will share, it will appear in that size only.
Okay, I got it. Because I know that in Power BI we have to look at the aspect ratio. Okay,
Correct.
so that's good. Thank you. Uh,
Sure.
thank you. Thank you.
So here also, let's get started. Okay. So now see what we do over here is we're going to move to the next chart and we're going to talk about gender analysis, right? So in the gender analysis, what we're going to do is we're going to understand, do we have more of male customers or the female customers, right? So see, when we have to do something more of like, segment sharing, right? So if you have to understand that, okay, how the distribution has happened across the different segments. So what we do in that case is basically, we create a sort of a pie chart, right? Where you have to do that, understand how the share has happened across the different genders or segments or something like that. So what we do is we are going to create a pie chart now over here. So I hope you all can build that up. Can you all please try and make a pie chart over here? So how we make this? You pick up the field of gender, right? So I want to see how many males and females are there, right? So what I can do is I will simply pick up the field of customer ID and put it over here. So it gives me a message, right? Do you want to add all members? Yes. And change this to count, right? So by default, I am going to get a bar chart, right? So what we do is we click on the show me and convert it into a pie chart. So that way we get a pie chart now. So please make it all of you. Okay. So what we have done is, so what we do right now is we have picked up the field of gender, customer ID, add all the members, and change the calculation to count. That way you will all get a bar chart. And then what we do over here right now in this case is we click on show me and change it into a pie chart. Okay. So now this pie chart is ready. Now what we do is this pie chart right now looks very blank, right? This pie chart right now looks very blank. So what I do over here is I will pick up the field of gender, put it on the label, right? Pick up the field of gender and put it on the label. Okay. Then what we do is I would like to show the count also on the pie chart. So I can pick up the customer ID again, put it on the label, right? And I'll show you something very interesting. See, because the customer ID is something which is coming as a dimension,
right? So, if you want, you can press Control key and then drag the customer ID on this. Oops, sorry. Uh, right? So you do right click. Press the right click, right? Press right click and then drag the customer ID on the label. See, it will automatically give you an option. What do you want to do with this drop? I am saying I want to have a count. So if you select count, so by default you will get a count of customer ID on the label. See, I'll repeat it. Press the right click and then drop it on the label. So it will, before dropping, it will ask you, what do you want to do with this? You want to do the sum, average, median, count, or what? So I want to have a count. Select the count and click on OK. Right? So that way what will happen is you will get the count of these people over here on this. So I have my gender also on the label and I have the count also on the label. Okay. So now what happens is, like, whenever we talk or whenever we think of pie chart, so what comes to our mind is that the numbers that we see on the chart, they should be in the percentage, right? This is something that is very quite obvious, but obvious that comes to our mind that okay, pie chart, we think or see or perceive the numbers in the form of a percentage now. Okay. So now in this case over here, so what I do over here right now in this scenario is, see, basically if I have to calculate the percentage of male, how will I calculate that? Okay, male divided by the total, right? Similarly, female will be the female divided by the total. Perfect. So, this calculation can actually be done in the Tableau directly, and we call this as a table calculation, right? What do we call this as? We call it as a table calculation. Table calculation is a feature, right? With the help of which, what we can do is we can do the calculations. We can do the calculations on the fly, right? On the fly means you will not have to create any calculated field, but you will be able to do those calculations right away. So like, for example, if you come back to the Tableau now, see, now please do not do anything. Watch on my screen only for next 1 minute. Okay. See, you see there are a lot of options that you see on this pie chart right now over here. Okay. So how do you understand them? See, this gender is coming on the color. This gender is used on the color. How do you get to know? Right, you can see the color. Male is in red, orange color. Female is in the blue color. And you will actually identify this thing from this also. This icon. You see this icon over here? This straight away tells you that this is being used on the color right now. Make sense? Everyone? Right. Where is this count used? Where is this count field being used? Angle. This is used on the angle. You can see it over here. Right? Where is this count of customer ID used? On the sides. Right? And where is this count of customer ID used? Right? On the label. So, we can actually see from here, so the count of customer ID is coming 3 times. One is being used on the size, one is used on the angle, and one is used on the label. Okay? Right? So now, which out of these 3 counts that I have, which count I have to convert into the percentage? Which count I have to convert into the percentage? Label. Perfect. Right? The label one is something which I have to convert into percentage. So right click on that and you will find the option of quick table calculation. Okay. And over here, you have to change this to percent of total. So basically, this table calculation are something which are going to help you to do the quick calculation, right? So over here on this quick table calculation, you change it to percent of total. So once you do that, you will all see that this number gets changed into the percentage now. Okay, so you can see this is now 53%, this is 46%. And if you add it, that's going to give you 100%. Okay, so are you all able to do it? Then what you do over here is, so Sharon, see, you have a question, what is the use of adding the count of customer ID on an angle? So this will take you back to your high school, right? So like for example, if I ask you, okay, there is a total, there are three products that I sold, product A, B, and C. Sale of A was 100, sale of B was 50, and the sale of C was 70. How will you plot these three things on the pie chart? Yep. So how do you plot these three things on a pie chart? Yep, Sharon. If you will recall it, we used to calculate the angle. Like because when you make a pie chart, so what we have to do is we have to define the angle for that. That on this chart, what portion will be for A, what portion will be for B, right? What portion of A and what portion of B we will have for A, B, and C. So that we have to calculate the angle for that. That is how you plot it. Yes. And how do you calculate the angle? So what is the total degree of a pie chart? That is 360 degrees. So what you do is you will say, okay, 100 divided by the sum of this. 100 divided by the sum of this, right? Multiplied by 360. Remember, this is what we used to calculate into 360. So 163 degree will come for this, right? Similarly, you will calculate it for B and C, and total when you will do it, it will come as 360 degree. So that is how that angle helps you in making the pie chart. Okay. Right. So see, I'm just repeating the pie chart. See, all of you, please, the people who are not able to do it, watch on my screen for a minute, then you do the steps. You pick up the field of gender, put it over here in the columns. Pick up the field of customer ID, put it into the rows. Add all members, change the calculation to count. Okay, you will get two bars. Click on show me and change it to pie chart. So this is how you will get a pie chart right now. And then click on standard and make it an entire view.
Yes, Anish, you can create the pie chart with the gender column also, just the gender column. So, but that will be the same thing, right? You will be using gender over there instead of customer ID. So what you do over here is you drag the gender on this, and you have to drag the gender again and change it to count, right? So that will also do the same thing. Because technically we have to count how many males and how many females do we have. So that can be done with the help of gender column also. Okay. Then what we did was we have dragged the gender over here on the label, and we have dragged the customer count of customer ID on the label. Right? Change it to count of customer ID. So this way you will get the count and the labels on your chart. Then what I do is I will right click on the count on the label and change the quick table calculation to percent of total. So you will be able to see the numbers in the form of a percentage, right? Like 53.959, 46.041. So now you know what happens is whenever we play with some numbers. So there are always some questions that comes to our mind that can we control the decimals, right? Up till here the data is coming up to 3 decimals. So yes, you can do that. So how you do that is you have to right click on this label field, right? The label one, right click on that, and you will find an option of format. So please all of you do that. Right click on that and you will find an option of format. Okay. And then what you do is you click on the numbers and you will find the option of percentage. And this is where you can change and control the decimals. Okay, you want 1 decimal place, 0 decimal place, you will be able to do it. So you have to right click on count of customer ID, the label one. And over here you will find the option of format. Okay. And over here in this, what we do is we are going to change this to percentage and this will be count. Make sense, everyone? Are you able to find it? So Amol, you're asking a question how to change the count of customer ID label. I mean, you're referring to this, like when you're hovering on this, this is the which is coming count of customer ID. So for that, see, this is called as tooltip. Okay, like this we discussed also, like when you click on the tooltip. So over here you will be able to change that. See, make sure you are not changing this something in the gray shade because that's the formula. You come over here, you have count of customer ID. Remove this and you can write customer count like this. Okay, so that will help you. So you can click over here also, you can call it as percentage. So that way what will happen is this will come in the same way now. Customer count is this and the percentage is this. So Alex, what are you asking? What does not change? Sorry. Yes, Dinesh, you can have that. You just have to drag that count again. If you bring the customer ID count again on the label, right, and change it again to count, you will have both the things. So I have to change the default numbers. I mean, you are trying to change. I didn't get a question. So you are trying to change the number into percentage. Is that what you're asking? So see, make sure, like what I was explaining you over here was, you have multiple counts that you see right now. Okay? So make sure you are doing a right click on the count which is on the label. Match this. See this icon of T and T. Right click on that one. If suppose you right click on the count of angle, that will not give you the number in the percentage. Right? So when you do that, so then you will be able to do it. Have you got it now? Percentage, have you got it, Alex? Okay. So to change the tooltip value, click on the tooltip option, and this is where you can change the text. From here you can change the text. Okay. So now let's move to the next chart, and we will be getting the third chart now over here. Now in this, what we are going to do right now over here on this is, see, with every chart, if you would have noticed, you are learning something, right? Please don't think that particular functionality is applicable over there, right? So that is applicable at any other scenario where you would like to use it. So we have seen how to change the locations on the map, right? We have learned how we can do some quick table calculations, right? How can we can format the data, right? Now the next step that we create over here is, I would like to do a age analysis. Okay. In the age analysis, what I would like to achieve over here is, I want to understand. Please do not do on the screens now. Please listen to me. Understand what we are going to do right now. So, right. See, the key to learning Tableau is just this. There are there are three things that you all always have to understand, right? If you want to become, for a to become a successful, a developer, Tableau developer, data analyst. See, there are three things always. One is what are we doing, right? Or probably, I will start with why are we doing, then what are we doing, and then how we are doing it. So these three questions have to be clear into your mind. Why, what, and how. Okay. So why and what is basically the conceptual understanding, and how is just how you achieve it in the Tableau, right? So what we are doing over here right now is, so what we are doing now, we are going to now do a age analysis, right? Why are we doing it? We want to understand how many customers do we have of the different age sections, right? Why do I need this analysis? Because I want my bank management, they should be able to understand, do they have more of young customers, middle-aged customers, or senior customers, right? Because if they will see that they have more of young customers, so their bank is already attracted to them, so they need to come up with some new policies and schemes to attract more of senior customers, right? So that, because see, ultimately the whole purpose of this learning of this tool is, you should be able to give valuable insights to your bank, the management. They should be able to think, yes, like we have got a quick report which is going to help us, to take some decisions. So now how we do it. Okay. So you have to answer this now. If I will bring the age on this chart, what will happen to the age? If I bring the age on this chart, what will I get? Right, Sachin? It will read it as the aggregate. You will get a sum of that. You will get the sum of age. Perfect. Right. But do I really want the sum of age? No. I don't want the sum. I want to see each and every age individually. Right? Like, what age do I have? Do I have 5, 6, 15, 16, 17? What age do I have? That is what we want? No, not even. Yeah. So we want every age value. We want every age value. So how can I get that? So what feature of Tableu gives me not the aggregation but the values?
So you got the answer. That is dimension. Right, Sachin? So converting it into a dimension. Perfect. So see, don't do right now also. Don't do anything on the screen. We have to understand. So what we were saying that if I will bring this age over here, it will give me the sum of age. I get the sum, right? Which I do not want. So no one will say what is the sum of the age, right? I will never say, okay, let me take the age of every learner over here and let's find the sum of that. It will be of no use, right? So first of all, what I did was I converted the age into a dimension. Just drag and drop it above. So measure will get converted into a dimension. Simple. So all of you please do it now. Okay. Now you pick up the field of age and drop it in the columns. Okay. Now can you give me the count? Can I now count how many people are of 15 years, 17 years, 19 years, and 20 years? Right. So which field will I use to do that? Right, customer ID count. See, now I will tell you one more option that can be used. See, one is customer ID count, that is for sure can be used. But you know, there is one automatic field that gets automatically generated in the Tableau, right? There is one field that gets automatically generated every time in Tableau that is called as the field of count. See, this comes automatically in Tableau, right? So if I will show you the previous file also, you will see that over there as well, the count. See, you will be able to see the count over here also. So what we are technically right now doing over here is, you have to just pick up the field of count and put it on the row. See, that will also give you the same thing what the count of customer ID is going to give you. It basically counts the data points for you. Like how many data points are for 17, 18, 19, 20, likewise. Make sense? Okay. So now what you can do over here is, on this chart, what we do over here right now is, you have got the chart. So can you give me the insights from here? Thanks everyone, just plugging my charger. Right, so from this chart we can understand that we have more number of customers in the age group of 30 to 40, I can say. Number of customers are less when the age is on the lower side, and the customers are less when the customers are on the higher side. Correct? Getting it? See, now this chart that we have created, right? So right now this chart is something which is giving me how many bars? How many bars do I have on this chart?
Yep, everyone. 49, right? How do we get that? We get that answer from here right now. Okay. So basically, I have 49 bars on this chart, which is too many marks over here, right? So see, definitely bank is not going to say that, oh, we have more customers of 18. Let's have a different offer for 18 years and a different offer for 19 years, right? They're not going to say that. So typically, don't you think it will make more sense if we can show this chart in some sort of, the groups over here, right? Like how many people do we have in the age of 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30, likewise, right? So this type of a chart is basically called as a histogram, right? We call it as a histogram. So if I show you a histogram, this is how a histogram chart looks like, right? A histogram chart is something like this. It looks like a bar chart, but you all have to understand, right? When we talk about histogram right now, histogram is a chart. This is used to show the frequency distribution. This is used to show the frequency distribution of continuous variable, right? So please don't do first, just understand it. See, this is used to show the frequency distribution. What is frequency? Frequency means count. This chart is used to show the count of continuous variable. Continuous variable is a variable which is numeric. Okay, and continuous means it can have infinite data points between two values, right? So like for example, I'm talking about age. Now age is continuous. Why? A person can have an age of 30, 30.1, 30.2, 30.3, 30.4, right? So that way age is continuous. When I talk about number of rooms in a house, number of rooms in a house, they are more like discrete. Discrete means countable. Like a house can have 3 rooms, 4 rooms, 5 rooms. I cannot have 5.1 room, 5.2 room, 5.3 room, right? So that is called as continuous variable. So if you see on this chart right now over here, what I have with me is, right, what I have on the chart right now is, I have the age, which is a continuous variable. So in histogram, what we do is we use a concept which we call it as bins. Right, in histogram, what we do is we use the concept which we call it as bins. Bins is nothing, it is like the range. I am saying I want to have a bin of 5. 5 means 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25. That size is 5. If I say bin is of 10, 10 means, like 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. So where you have an interval of 10 in that case, that is called as a bin. Make sense, all of you? Perfect. So what we do over here is we are going to create the bins over here first of all. So I come back to the chart. So you have to right click on the field of age and you will find the option of create bins, right? So first of all, we do the bins creation. Perfect. Right. So create bins. So please do that, everyone. So right click on the age and you have to say create bins. Now over here, Tableu is automatically suggesting that you should have a bin of 3.95, which is little weird. So what I can do over here is I will say I would like to have a bin of 5. Okay. At the bottom, Tableu also shows you some information. This information is like this. It is saying the minimum age is 15, maximum age is 64, right? This is the difference between the maximum and minimum. This is the count distinct. Okay, this is just a additional information that it is you are getting. Once you do that, you have suggested the size of bins as 5. Click on OK. And you all will see a new field is created over here by the name of age bin.
Okay. So now over here, remove the age from this chart and bring the age base. Okay. And we can make the chart as a full screen, right? Entire view, and the chart is ready. Okay. And now how we differentiate a histogram from a bar chart is, see, in histogram the bars are always very nearby to each other. The bars are kept nearby to each other. So increase the thickness of the bars. So Vidya, you are asking that you want to have the first bin of 5, then 7, then 10, something like that? No, no, that we cannot have. So for that you have to write a if condition. So you will have to write a if condition that, like, if the age is less than equal to 18, then, like, less than 18. Else if it is more than 18 and less than 25, then 18 to 2. So bins will always be of same size, right? So bins are always of the same size that you will always have. Okay. So Shruti, you have to increase the thickness of the bars. So you can just increase the thickness to make them close, right? Like if you increase the thickness, they will come nearby to each other. No, Amol. So bins cannot be on the percentage basis. You can show the count in the percentage, but not the bins. Bins will be of numbers only. So these labels, that you get, they are going to come as, that the starting point. It gives you starting point. Like this is 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30. So that will come like this only. So if you want something like 15 to 20, you will actually have to then again, you will have to do a manual work. So like for example, you click on the 15, right click on this, you will say edit alias, and you have to write it like this, 15 to 20. This will become a little tedious process, right? You will have to do it for each bar. So that is how you will have to get it, 20 to 25. That way you will have to write it. So which is not suggested, because like the people who will be the users of Tableu, right? The people who would be aware of these charts, they will be able to understand it anyway, right? Because the people who come from this background, they understand that, okay, this is a histogram that we have, and the numbers have the consistent difference between them, which automatically tells me that the bin size is of 5. So Tariq, you are saying why it is 10 bin now? No, it's a 5 bin only. So if you see over here, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, so it's a bin of 5. So we have the differences of 5 over here. Yes, Sarthak, you have that option over here also, that is histogram. You have that option over here also. So Babita, that is because you have missed the step, right? First of all, you have to convert the age into a dimension, right? You have to convert the age into a dimension, then it will not be that, right? So Alex, to increase that gap, click on the size and increase the thickness of that. You can just increase the thickness, that will reduce that gap. That is just, because you would not be using this, you would be having a standard view, right? I am having an entire view, so that will do it. Okay, right, right. So now, can you all, right, create a chart on the same lines where you have to show a balance analysis, right? You have to create a chart to show a balance analysis. So where I would like to understand in a same fashion, do we have more people having high balance or more people having low balance? Can you create a histogram for the balance chart now? So please all of you do it. Rajesh Kasuri.
Sir, can we, in this age analysis, so can we edit it, right? Like 15 to 20, 20 to 25. So we can do that, right? So manually only.
That you can do manually only, or you will have to create a if for that.
Okay. 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 So that's what my question actually. Yeah.
Uh, No, no. So you have to create a chart to show the balance analysis, right? So that you can see, right? Like from this chart, I can understand we have more customers in the age of 30 to 40, right? I want to understand, do I have more customers with medium balance, low balance, or high balance? So what we do over here is, I'll come over here, right? So Gauri Shankar, perfect, right? So low balances are high. What is the bench size you have kept? Oh, perfect, right? 5,000. That's it. So that is what we have to do. So first of all, what I will do is, right? So right click on this balance and I will create bins on this, right? See, because first of all, if I start, I can convert the, so like, Priyanka, this is the problem that you made, right? So when you drag the balance over here, see, I will get the sum, right? But if you convert this balance into a dimension, you will not get the sum, right? You will be getting basically the axis over here on which you will be able to see that, all the balances now. So if I bring the balance in the column, I can see all the different balance now. See now, the balance will have a wider range, right? Age we know it can be between 0 to 100. But balance is something a person can have $10, another person can have a $10 million. So balance has a very wide gap. So what I do right now over here is, if I simply come in this, what I will do right now over here is I will pick up the field of count, put it over here in the rows, and I will be able to see that. See, I have one customer, one customer, one customer. So I have for each balance one customer only. So what will I do? I will follow the same pattern. I will create my histogram, right click on the balance, create bins, right? Right click on the balance, create bins. See now Tableau itself is suggesting me a bigger bin size, right? Tableau is suggesting me a bigger bin size. So I will keep a bin size of 5,000. Click on OK. That's it. Remove the balance and bring the balance bin. Right? So now with this 5,000 bin size, I can clearly see that more people are maintaining low balance, and as the balance is increasing, the number of people are decreasing. Okay. So what we have done is we have converted the balance into a dimension, right, by a simple drag and drop. Right click on the balance, create the bins, right, and keep the bin size as 5,000. Once you have done that, once the bins are created, just drag that balance bin field into the columns, and then you can build a count that will give you that chart. So other I just mentioned you, right? So how you identify that is, see, basically you can see this bin size, and we always keep the bars of that histogram nearby to each other, right? You increase the size of these bars. So these bars should be very much closer to each other. That is how you identify a bar chart versus a histogram, right? Yes, Pankaj. So Parneet, that is because the first is 0 to 5,000, 5 to 10,000, 10 to 15,000. That is how it's starting. This is 0 to 5,000. So the histogram gives you the starting point. This is starting from 0,000. That means 0 to 5,000. This is 5 to 10,000, 10 to 15,000. Okay. So all of you, please save this work. Right. So you can just come over here and save this work first of all. Save to Tableu public. Okay, so please save today's work. So I'm saving it with 23 March. Right. 11. Okay, so once this file is saved, so this is how you can take the things up from there in. Okay. Okay. So project, what I will do is, so I will take the project, I will take the project, I don't have the files of the project right now with me. So what I will do is I will just give me a time till tomorrow. So tomorrow before starting the session, I will start with the project. Right? Somehow I don't have this file with me. Okay. So tomorrow first thing I will tell you about the project. Yes, Prakash, all the sheets will be saved automatically. Okay. So to download this, the Tableu, right? So what you can do is you can just come on this link over here, public.tableu.com, right? So come to this link, and from here, what you can do is you can just click on the download the app, and the application will be downloaded for you, right? So you can download the app from here. That will do that work for you. If it asks you for some registration, please just fill in your name and ID. That's it. So activity, so I will say, just practice on all what all things that we have done, right? So that is something I will like you to expect you all to do it, because there's a lot of stuff that we have done, and please try to use this data set, right? The work that we have done on UK Bank, similar kind of thing can also be done on the sample superstore data. So try to implement those things over there, right? So try to put those things over there so that you can try and see how those things are working. Okay. Sonika, I'm just making the presenter. Just give me a sec. Your name is not coming up. Sonika, you there? Oh, sorry, it's Swaroop. Set. Yep, Swaroop, sorry. Yep, so I made the presenter. You can see your screen now. So assignment, because like so we were doing this activity today, so it has eaten up the day. So tomorrow we will first of all complete this complete activity, and then I will show you we will talk about the exercise also.
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
I can't see the screen yet. If you can show.
Sir, I cleared the screen of that pie chart because it was coming something different.
No, I can't see your screen right now.
Okay.
So click on the quick start and say share my desktop.
Quick start. Where is the quick start, sir?
Top left.
Okay. Can you see, sir?
Yes. So please drag the field of the gender, yes.
Gender to the rows.
Columns. Okay, then drag the field of count. Count field, last field that you have. Yes.
For pie chart also you should drag the count field.
So both will give you count only, right? So you count it from that field or this field, both are same.
Okay.
Now click on the pie chart in the show me. Yep. So then you can make it entire view. Click on the standard and make it entire view. Okay.
Sir, I don't know. Here it was coming red in color. What was the problem? I don't know. So I cleared the screen, and only a full gray color pie chart was visible.
Some field calculation or some wrong field would have been dropped. That's why it would have come up.
And now, when you are telling me about the pie chart, you told us to convert to count. Now it has taken automatically the count. Like customer ID, we were dragging and then converting it to the count.
Correct, because that's the benefit of the count field. The last field that you have dragged, that will always give you count only by default.
Okay. For now, we don't need to drag customer ID everywhere again and then convert it to count. Directly we can drag this count field.
Correct.
Okay. And now this will drag it to label.
So why you're doing this now? If you want count only, if you want count only, so you can use the same field on the label, no?
Okay.
Right. So we will just pick up that field of count again, put it on the label. Look at the count. You can put the gender on the label, so you will get the gender also on the label.
Okay. And to convert it to percentile, we have to.
Not this, the label one.
Label one.
Correct. Right click and quick table calculation. Percent of
total.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sure.
Thank you so much. Then how to go back?
No, so you have to click on stop sharing. Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, so you just click on stop sharing. Okay. So please save this work. So we are going to continue on this tomorrow. So we will take these things forward on this. So yep. So this is where we come to a closure. So see you all tomorrow then. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So Kasturi,
So how to make you back the presenter?
see, you will see the name of Kasturi, right, in your participants list. Kasturi T. Fanindra. So right click on that name and say change role to presenter.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, please share the screen.
Yeah, one second.
Mhm.
So one second, sir. Sorry, it is saving. So normally here, for me, what it is showing the sum of balance, sir. Like count, it is showing as well as sum of balance. It is showing.
Because you have dragged on that label now, some balance, remove that.
Okay.
And why have you done this? So you have done, what have you done on this? Why your labels are not coming properly? Have you done some sorting on this?
Yes.
So you never do the sorting on this. So your
Okay.
task will, because otherwise see, bins are always in sequence, 0 to 5,000, 5 to 10,000, 20,000. I think so that's why you see your bins are not coming properly. So click on that sorting icon, click again. This is how you should be keeping it.
Okay. So this is 0 to 5 and again 5K. Okay.
So it's in the sequence now.
Okay. In this case, for balances, we are not doing that, right? Like we should not do, right? That's what you're doing,
Like in histogram, we never do the sorting or anything.
right? Okay. Okay. Yeah. And is this correct, sir? Actually, based on the jobs. Yeah.
Sorry?
Like I've just created a call, like chart of.
This is fine. This is fine. Yep, yep. This is so we will be just
And we'll
changing.
be discussing regarding the assignment tomorrow, right?
That we'll do tomorrow. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. So this is, so all of you, right? So you can just so we will work on that. So let's take this up tomorrow over there. Okay. Thanks everyone.